So we sing to you, we came here to appeal to you, and I'm telling you, you don't necessarily have to abandon. If we're going to reform Liberia, you got to reform everybody. You must reform the parties that you in. If you are unable to reform, then you can join us. Other than that, stay where you are and call for reform. Some of the good things we're talking about, we don't have the one for 2023. Honorable Judge. Speak. That's why we talk on the issue. If you saw in the paper yesterday and today, we talk on the issue to disagree with the election result. Because we say it's a full-grade math. The ballot sheet and the invalid sheet, when you add it up, it should be equal to the total number of voters. But there's a big variance. Why? If they believe they have done a good job and they select a very good candidate who went to election 4 or 5 times, were very close, then they should not have differences in the number. It shall be clear. But how come? There's a difference. Then you bring in the whole west side down. Why? You're taking the west side down, or you say somebody try to hike it. What is that? If we do not stop that, 2023 is going to be chaos for us. That's what we're saying. That's why everybody says, no. This man is our friend. You are a member of ours. We're not against them, but you know why? The numbers should add up. The other Observer Reporter 8, Front Page Reporter 8, Henry Costa Reporter 8, Focus on Liberia, American Pace, TV, radio, talk show, reporting the same thing. I mean, you're not one person saying it, you're not only the party saying it, everybody's saying it. Why should we allow that? I mean, at this age, at this time, why should we be choosing for one person to drag the country to another civil war? Why? Or to give the impression that, that's not good. That's why we stood up. We said we didn't care. In fact, we prepared our release before any unity party came up. Suppose say, why you don't wait? We said no. Wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter whether the agreed party speaks or not. When Berry was killed, the students of the University of Liberia took charge and demanded justice. We didn't wait. We didn't insist to say we must wait for the parents. No. When we're talking about South Africa, we didn't say, the Liberian people will talk. We talk. We say what was happening in South Africa was happening here. That's what Moja stands for then, and States stand for ADA. And that's why we are practicing what people tell to us, what the Sawyer taught us, what Burma family taught us. They told us to speak justice, speak the truth. If somebody's going to hate you, so be it. If you guys going to hate us because we're speaking the truth against CDC, that's fine. One day you will learn a lesson. That we were not just doing it because we hate anybody. We're just telling you that's not the way to go. Let the numbers add up. Let me stop there, and then we can ask some questions. Thank you.
You more than that, man. Don't come to the channel, man. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much. I just want to add up. I really have some Thank you. I'd like to start with this prediction for Rana Odinga. You know we are on a deep in room. And having in our society, someone see the platform and say this man is a good man. But this man is not great. What value we stand for? The chairman has given a good point. I want party respect the rule of law. Because there's no fundamental thing that we're going to do without the respect of the rule of law. And how can we achieve that? The sitting president of the House refused to declare the answers openly. And for more often, a lot of corruption cases have been delayed. The president has not openly come up to condemn some of the corruption cases. Neither one. The NEC boss was involved. Agricultural minister. Leave them. We saw actual skills. No corrupt public report
no investigation report has shown that if what led to small death. Can we sit and fold our hands? Society don't create evil, it's ourselves. It's our responsibility to conform the society in the positive direction, which direction we want the society to go. I also look at the issue of health care. What we intend to do. Because we see a lot of people dying, not because they are physically sick, not because we don't have doctors. We have doctors. Are we motivating our doctors? We have a healthcare system that is affordable, that we can be able to go there. We still have the infant mortality that stay on the increase. Every time we complain that indeed we have JFK, but we have doctors that are not paid. We have our nurses that spend 2 or 3 years, and instead of giving them something good, we underpay them. What we intend to do as a political institution, one, to have a free and compulsory health care system that will be affordable for everybody. Because with that, although you have to be able to think, be able to move, and our doctors will have incentive to increase the incentive of our doctors compared to our West African partners. Our nurses will encourage them, because we cannot look at our nurses that provide health care for us and just dash them. With that, it will help us. Our education system, compare what our colleagues are doing currently in Australia. Australia fought war and we fought the same war. Free and compulsory education. Our president pronounced that the University of Liberia is free. Free. I don't know which type of free he's referring to, but people are still paying fees. Students are still struggling. Instructors are still struggling to have the job and salary at the end of the period. So what we intend to do, from high school to from ABC to 12th grade, all you just need to do is buy the book our police doing inside there. The only way to achieve that is to get rid of corruption. And how can we get rid of corruption? Our focus, because we know it's a lifestyle stuff, we're going to have over systematic lifestyle audit every 3 months. We audit you, and all government officials, the salary is going to be published. If you know exactly how much, who here know how much the president making? Who among us know how much the president making as the speaker? None of us here will put our hand up. But for us, we intend to publish everybody's salary. Let them understand that indeed government position is to set, but the mentality and the mindset of the people feeling that indeed government position is to enrich themselves. And let the resources of the country be given back to the people. For example, Cape Town, 10% of whatsoever income from there, we give it back to Cape Town for development purposes. Then the people will feel the effect of loneliness and decentralization of government. Why the city is bad? But everybody wants something for the city. If you decentralize the government, people will be going back to find better jobs. And we attract jobs in the places in Lofa, Limba, Maryland, that people will go back to work. And agriculture, because the chairman talked about agriculture, that's the only way we are fully insecure. You cannot feed yourself. Anybody that feed you, the person tell you what to do. So the best thing for us to do is to make sure that indeed we create an environment, create communal farming, link our farmers to banking loan that will help them, that will help them produce not for the stomach but for the market. And train them that indeed we can market our own product and eat what we grow. With that, we'll be fully secure. But today, we are not secure. If those countries that are bringing the rice and say that today they are not bringing rice, we'll get on the street again. We'll get on the street. Right now, from 1979 to present, corruption, nepotism, we're seeing that. And other people will ask questions, why the Liberian People Party is coming in to act some of this question. As long as the ills of these things still exist, it is our responsibility, like the chairman and other people, the Congress, to come, because you cannot say the neighbor house is on fire, you start clapping, so it's not me because it's my neighbor. We can't keep watching the society go this way and fold our hands and start clapping that the things is going on well. Then the president is dancing Buga for us. But in 3 months, the man could not bring his own place at the time he was running for presidency. but today he's a real estate owner. There's no president sent Liberia funded. I can let anybody to go make research that have property equal to the current president. There's no president. Then we happen in clap. So it's the party doctrine. It's the party philosophy for carrying. When they are reaching themselves, let them ask the top. The house is the bill. Who live in there today? They're not even renovate it. Snake. Trees are growing up there. If we mismanage and take people's money, the benefit of is that is the result. And they are seeing the result and still learning from that. We are still doing it. We have our constitutional right, and we have to decide what to do. The will of the people is the will of God. And the chairman has said it all, and we just decided to add a few things and to see how best we can move forward as a people and as a nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And listen to the chairman, listen to the team. Everybody has spoken well. It's now time for us to go to the audience to get your own side. Whether you want to become some of the things they have said, whether you want to buttress some of the things they have said, or question to them, some of the things they are useful for us. We live with you now. We will now come to you to ask a question, your comments, whatever. They are here, they are prepared to answer whatever comment or question, whatever. I believe that they are prepared, fully prepared. The chairman, listen to him. Because the chairman looks at someone who's baking and rubber for very long time. So he answers, So, and I had Roman people on the land, I had it in speak very well. So now, we now look at 12. September will take you. Thank you very much. I give you a question.
No, I just want to make a comment.
Comment, I'll give you 2 minutes.
Let me first of all start by telling you Almighty God. Thank you for help.
Excuse me quickly. Excuse my uncle.
Yeah, Joseph Campbell.
I want to make sure. I went to a house to go eat.
I'm Joseph Campbell.
This was meant to be obeyed.
Yes.
I'm Joseph Campbell. I'm the former president of the National Democratic United. Let me first of all start by telling the Almighty God, thank you for bringing all of us here safely. The God that brought us here safely, may He carry all us safely. Whatsoever that we're looking for, may God give it to us. As we enter 2022, may God destroy all the enemies around us. Whatsoever we're looking for, may God give our heart desire.
Amen.
The problem in Liberia, Mr. Chairman, is insincerity. People do not like honest people. And because we do not like honest people,
Let me tell you before people contend. Let me recognize the advent of the community chairperson. He's the chairperson of this community. His name is Seyu Jomo.
just about 2 days ago, I was laying down my radio. When I listened to the news people, the BFP took food to Banjide for students. Instead of giving it to the students, they saw it coming back on the cars, and they arrested those cars in Ganta. So the problem in Liberia is ourselves. Insincerity is what are carrying us. Now you tell Liberian men, let's do business. You agree. The next thing you think of doing for you is to honor you to take the business from you. This is what is happening in the country. That's why the country can be developed. So all we need to do is, just as you people are saying, corruption, to fight it is not small thing. Because even the children with Bonnie, they practice it in the home. Take father and I get to church, go and buy grumpy for your sister. Before they come, they eat 2 or 3 of that pots from that grumpy. They're not bringing the correct grumpy to you now. So the thing is from in the home. But we can fight it. Only if we will be honest and sincere. I just stood up to tell you people, Mr. Gongo, Topana people, they have been in the struggle with me for too long. They all are my friends. Now I can stand here and talk with them every day. If you tell Gongo about me, you say, oh yeah, even last night I said, here myself. He is my brother, he is my friend. So you extend my thanks and appreciation to all of them that we can put this country together. It's because of honesty that make today I lose a job. Because I told people the health sector do not have working materials. They are not paying the people the right way. So work is not going on as it's supposed to be. They say, oh, they made a politician, he insulting the health worker. Madam Ellen Johnson Sally, 4 years I was sitting there when I was working. She said, I will never work with her government until our time finish. I sat there for 4 years. Brother Wiakin, he reinstated me within 2 years' time. 2017. I worked for 2018, 2019. He said, no, they make a politician. They will let put him down. He is 65 years. This year, Grab make me 65 years. Government Liberia say 65 years, you be retired. But because I talk too much in the health sector, they say I'm going to go home when I was 63 years. So I'm not worried. All I want is to see that Liberia be better. But even our young people that are coming up, and now like when we were coming on, when the father said this, we listen to them. The young people say we spoil their country. So anything you talk here that is up. Common example, just a few days ago, you have my brother here, a boss selling Senegal, he came to the place we can play our check-up. The man was trying the Senegal to wear. I said, no, that one can't fit you. Take the other one, let's try that one. That your dirty motherfucker, don't put in my business. Foolish man, you, why you want to? They met and say, you abuse a man, I will turn the whole Senegal outside. That's how he left you. So the young people, if you don't listen to the old people, it will be hard. There is no way you can build a nation without the old people. No way. So, gentlemen, thank you for the opportunity afforded me. Since the big people being coming here, I've never been here. But before I heard today my friend was coming here, that's why you see me, I'm here. And I want to talk to the young people. We can move the country forward. Only if we understand one another. Only if we obey one another. Only when we respect one another. But if there is no respect, no need for us to say, talk about the problem. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, Barry.
I will continue on this question that we have before. What is the way forward? The way forward for Liberia is unity. The whole unity is deep. Trust me. In Liberia, we have a friend. You only laugh when you are with him. Once your back is thin, you turn to somebody who discusses bad about you. And another aspect that we need to focus on, we need to invest. We need to invest in the private sector. We have so many capable Liberians who are not willing to invest. If you look at the number of political parties that we have in Liberia, if each political party were to invest in agriculture, today Liberia will be moving forward. But it is about the investment and the unity that we need in order for Liberia to move forward. That's my point.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Bishop.
Okay. Once more, let me just add up to what I was saying in my first expose. My brother made mention on the issue of unity. I think one of the things we need to focus on to make Liberia move forward in power with other nations. One, we need to look at security. Security is one of the key aspects when it comes to governance. What am I saying? If there is no strong security put into place, investors can come to the country. Because the investors that come, they come with the money, they need protection. One, security is cardinal. Two, we talk about policy. That's why we have policy, but policy should be implemented to the fullest. Let's take, for example, where a country like Singapore came from. I think what's all read about Lee Kuan Yew. Lee Kuan Yew implemented policy. He put policy into being. I was saying here, if policy is implemented to the fullest, whether your brother is in power and that brother stole money or your sister steals money, the consequence of that investment, you will go to jail and serve your term and restitute that money. The policy we are talking about. But people steal money here, they go with impunity, then we hear them. It's bad. So policy should be one of the cardinal points. Lastly, before I take my seat, if policy and security will be put into place, then it means that we should look at sustainability. It's not so much about Peter being president. When Peter leaving, how do we sustain the security and the policy that were implemented by the past leadership? How do we carry on the good implementation? We talk about sustainability. So I think the Ome said it. The war has put us back with the youth, the young people. It is about time we put our senses together and look, education is one of the most important things. So when the man is made up, you will know how to sustain your house. Whether that only house, when your pa living from there, you say, oh, my pa in the house that the house grew up in. I will pass the scene the railway that when I'm leaving tomorrow, the other generation will follow suit as I rest my case.
Thank you very much. Okay, every comment that come in, they almost appreciate the speaker. Thank you very much. Yeah. Oracle.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bizarri. My name is Abraham Sikukwe, and I want to say a big thank you to Gongo for visiting the LPP. Oh, sorry, LPP. Thank you for coming. You asked the question, what's the way forward? And I'm very glad that you're speaking on a specific topic, specifically the issue of corruption. Now, research has shown that corruption is a serious menace to national growth and development. So I think what we need to do in our country is we need to have harsher punishment for individuals that are involved in corruption. I think we need to revisit some of our laws, try to empower those anti-graft institutions, and give some of them prosecutorial powers. I think that's one thing we need to do. And another thing we need to do too is, I love the issue of the rule of law, like, as you spoke of. Research have also shown that one of the major factors that attract investors to your country is security and respect. Absolute respect and adherence for the rule of law. The success story of South Korea, Park Geun-hye, South Korea, the success story of Lee Kuan Yew, Singapore. I think we can borrow from some of these areas and try to use policy scenarios to work in our system. Before I take a seat, my brother and I were discussing all the time. I said from 1847 said our country be independent. Liberia's problem has been the issue of lack of proper leadership. We have not been happy of having leaders that are vision-minded. Because there is one thing to have the vision and another thing to have the willpower to effect that vision. So we need to really look at some of these issues, go back to agriculture. Agriculture look at developing this country. It's an irony that rice is our staple food, but yet still over the years, we have been very dependent on imported rice. We can go back to the soil. Government can get involved in mechanized farming, mass production. And I believe that through that measure, government will be able to generate millions of dollars and also able to create more jobs that will help to ease the burden of development and meet the problem of national government. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We stay on the floor. We stay on the floor. That's my brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Question?
Comments. I just want to say thank you to the moderator. I just want to say a big thank you to the chairman. Let me just say to the chairman, you see, the first thing I listened to the chairman talking about Moja, speaking about all these people. The first thing, because I just do listen to you talking about the early-led government, how you're going to corrupt. But if you look at the early-led government, if you look at the folks that were in the early-led government, both of them were part of the Moja. And no one of them, because you want to talk about Tubana Tipotel, but there, because Tubana Tipotel, nothing on the side in front of they say LPP. Now why he ran on? 2005, he came with APD. So if you look at both of them, the people that funded the whole Moja, all of them were part of the early-led government, and none of them could speak to Ellie and tell Ellie about corruption. Because I could remember when John Modu at the time, while at the GAC, he said the early-led government is 2 times corrupted during Brian government. But no one of them in that government, no one of them, the Tubana Tipotel, the Amos Sawyer, the whosoever, even the one who was advisor to the president on security affairs, where my family, all these guys, all of them were part of the Moja, but no one of them say anything. But you know, I don't see myself something. He said anyone who put his interest first, without the interest of the society, cannot be a leader. So if you look at all these guys, they are just putting their own interest without the interest of the country. So they are the kind of people that cause a serious problem for us today. Because I think, because I believe when they are go places like Ghana, South Africa, they are seeing these guys there. They are seeing politicians. I put the freedom and stand for the right thing. But why our own people, all of them have been trained by Ellie. Ellie have talking all of them, all the guys that want to take protect. So when you say all the kind of things, you know, you say all the things about, you know, one thing our people like you to say all the things about nothing. But implementation is one of the major things that we should be discussing here. You can say that here now. Talk about how government is there, government might be running there, might be running there, a good thing. But get there now. Because I can remember at the time when Gafran left from the final minister when they brought Americone. Americone spent 120,000 on his office. But no one of them, all of them were in government, but the police talk about it. I can remember when they have that open project initiative. There was something they brought, we see get a flash screen, it was a minister of finance. That thing was condemned, but no one of them spent 250,000 on an identical billboard. What we're talking about, the open project initiative. But all our people, our BB guys, then, what we look at to be somebody, even to want to put them my own things, we often grateful because I'm from Bola back for when. But you see, all of them, not one of them couldn't talk because all of them was seeking praise to Ellie. So today, when you come here, when you're talking to kind of need it, even the Tewa Gonglo, all the guys in Tewa Gonglo, you couldn't resign when the president said, yo, all ministers, everyone should go for compulsory leave. There were Tewa Gonglo, this agreement came from. Why must you go for compulsory leave? Because he wants to know when anybody there was going to America. So when you come here, you know, when you come here, the kind of conscious terrain, we are just sitting here, you know, quietly, just observing. Because look, anyone who speaks equity must come without playing hands. All right.
Thank you very much. Because tell me what to respond to the concern on the floor.
Yeah, we just want to express, for me, I don't want people to people, that's what you have to do. But I think that the source of these people that we're talking about, Ellie is a progressive. We thought that Ellie came to power to carry on the policies of the progressive. We don't even know the African member is a member of the LGBT delegation. And so when Ellie came to power, Ellie brought people around her to help her to solve the problem that she decided to solve. If you look at Tier 1 Gongo who is running today and Ellie fell apart on several occasions, she appealed to Ellie to be in the government. Let me just give you the example of Tier 1 Gongo. Gongo served as first lady. He was in Ethiopia when he was serving on the night on what they call the Democratic something election group. Ellie sent for him. And when he came, he was almost like a technical advisor, the leader of the Fed to Ellie. The first thing Tier 1 did was to make sure they prosecute Charles Taylor. Ellie wanted to dodge the issue. They said, no, we got to do that. We got to turn what they call Charles Taylor over. Because she knew where Ellie, but we never knew those all as yet because we know Ellie's good record was progressive. It is Tier 1 Gongo that make people today in the store. Before in the store, the people will get ready. You'll find Lebanese men, Indian men come from where India and Lebanon to be facing, how do you say, shit, I know, receive and pro forma involved. But when he became Minister of Labor, he went to Ellie. And to Ellie, but why are they going to drop smart students in this place that they can do? Then Ellie said, no, this place here, you know when somebody call you, you don't have to abruptly just leave. He said, the people here, I thought they are partner in progress and all those kind of things. He said, they are partner in progress, no problem, I'm leaving. Tier 1 Gongo called the immigration boss and said, all those who were sent for, their resident permit must be raised up to $1,500 United States dollars. For every Lebanese man or Indian man you take to come do the kind of simple job that any labor which man can do. It was based upon that Lebanese people track out that system. 2, Ellie was afraid of Tier 1 Gongo because Tier 1 Gongo was a bold man to Ellie. And Tier 1 Gongo wanted to prosecute the stepson of Ellie at NSA. And they took the people that Nigerian men money. 500,000 United States dollars, they said we were the men that were money laundering. When Tier 1 Gongo intended to prosecute, the one said, no way. We can't do that. So there were a lot of things they were telling, I have to come to you, because if you start coming out to people and start telling the people, say, well, we'll charge you for mutiny, we'll charge you for one overthrow, we'll do this, and they won't make them do anything. So Tier 1 Gongo stood, nobody Even the political that you're talking about never work with any government. He only run a professional service when they have the MCC, where they were developing and they were developing 30 years what they call program. People told you that you never work with government, saying when you do it, they will want to rely on to execute it. People have never worked with no government here. Ellen had to call people there and call the professional people to sit together and put documents together. This document has not been put together. Ellen did not implement those documents. The third thing I want to make you understand, so let you proof the document I will put together. So thank you for the information.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. If you saw Moja, LDP or UP or Unity Party, we spoke when people were afraid to speak. We spoke in the 70s when nobody wanted to speak. During the years of Ellen, CDC was demonstrating with casket, talking about corruption. So what role you wanted for Moja to play when people were already talking? You can't say people didn't speak like me. I wrote about the corruption tree, 2009. Go on the internet and listed the companies that Ellen were associated with. For some of you guys, it has to be Tipote or Sawyer. If not, then I mean progressive people not talking. But people who left. I mean, there were other people who left. Dr. Wolokoli got disenchanted with Ellen. He left. So I'm saying to you, Moja acts when people are afraid to act. But when people are already acting, what else do you want for us to do? CDC were in the street demonstrating with caskets, with Ellen. So what else? You still want for Moja to come there? That's the only way you would think that we are progressive. But again, let me tell you, everybody has a way of explaining the situation. You see it that way, that we didn't perform, that's fine. But we know we performed. There were people who disagree with Ellen. Articles were published. Since 1991, I've been publishing economic analysis on all the government, including Ellen. But if you think that same people didn't publish, that means the progressive people didn't talk, that's fine. But we talk. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Go back to the story again. Yeah.
I'm Josh.
Yeah.
You may explain it again. Yeah, I'm coming in there. I'm Josh.
That is lovely. That is lovely.
You want to tell me that I'm here? I don't know. Tell me. You know where you?
Wait. Hey. Everybody talk after the gavel is 9:45.
Yeah, I'm Josh.
Wait. Now the flow, please give the man opportunity to speak. When you not quite need, I want the moderator is here. No one talking for the flow, please.
Yeah, I'm Josh. I'm Josh Kun.
Yeah.
I want to be body man, my brother.
For sure.
Yeah, he said something again. I wrote before it. Which is, he said CDC that they went how to call it November 7th. Okay. They went out, which is music party. When we have that program, we were marching on the street. They went and sent people to us there, which is AFL, whichever. They went and kill our people. That's how we sat on that casket to tell people that they killed. And not because of corruption. That's what we got.
Thank you very much.
Not corruption.
Anybody on the floor?
Yeah.
Thank you to the visit of our chairman. My concern came about Moja. You are speaking of the progressive from my little man thinking. Now I learned the 80 material high school up to now. Progressive, I can say that the only good thing they do for the country is multi-party system. I will praise them for that. Equally so, when they need progressive, it never suit them according to the country progression because they were lacking nationalism but putting power greed. What I got to say? Bago Matthew, Chipote, Famole, just leave them. Okay. For example, let me just come to the other one. Conference Center, 1997.
Yeah.
Most of them gathered together to make one political party. That was what agreed. Why if you all have one agenda? I'm going to single-handed one person. Everybody went their own way.
In honor to Banati Bote and my own Kru Town, all educational land, if you read about how a book, you can never work on anybody and said it. If you're not in here, you're not work. That's not nationalism. That's greed. Power Matthew wrote a book that the progressive people want to done in 1975 because of personal interest, everybody for a part. Because Ellie know those guys are somehow like virus. So Ellie begin to punish them one at a time because Ellie was part of the progressive. Now, kind of 1980, bunch of novice, I mean, they didn't go to school set, took power and through the progressive. Now, who to come? Bago Matthew, Tibote, who there, go take over, who to come out and say, we will take the country around and shy away. Now, when they took the country, it's going to be politics on do. It was not fun. So, in short, I don't want to waste a lot of people on the progressive. The only teaching the people of the country is multi-party system.
Thank you very much. Any other question? Yeah,
I agree.
Question?
Yeah.
A question?
No, not question.
Inquiry.
Yeah, my name is Anthony Dennis.
Yeah.
Okay, I live in Ghana, but I want to give information. I'll give you information. You know, when we have a progressive, if I make some of us sick, we are very sick. Because, you know, that group, the only good thing is this for Liberia. When they came out with that PPP, because our time was very little, Progressive People Party. But from that time, the people in that group, they deeply connect with Heli to destroy the country. If you see the purpose that overcome the country today, that group connect with Heli to bring property for the Liberian people today. They are making the president to pass through the difficulties that he passing through today. Amos Sawyer, all their polling board, Coroner Commission, connect with Heli. What kind of good things do coroner system that is drawing the country and benefit the Liberian people? Which one are the good things that Amos Sawyer put together in the country to benefit the Liberian people? He only connect with the Unity Party government to sign 68 agreement, Hooker agreement that destroy the country today, that make our President George Manuel Weah not even having power to talk to APN terminal. He don't have power to even talk to Golden Corridor. The people destroy the country. They make our people to turn to slave. They started good and they end up turning the country like when you make rocking banana can't even sting. That's how they play in the country. So when we go somewhere that we hear them talking, that signal or enter or that the people are air.
Sorry.
The only good part in our among the people, our good that we know, that really stand for this country. They kill him sooner. Bago Matthew.
Thank you very much. Bago Matthew, the only woman our among the people. I don't want to cut your comment.
That is fact.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, you told what I'm five. The only group party that was part of you guys, our Amos Sawyer.
I know you don't appreciate the 1986 Constitution written by or headed by Sawyer. That doesn't help. The decentralization that Sawyer administered and worked on, like you spoke about, that doesn't help. The conflict of interest law, that doesn't help. The review of the Constitution, again, that doesn't help. I mean, all these things done by Sawyer, no good. But I'm saying to you, let's agree that all the bad things were done. And that's why we said, or everybody said, that Boca could not be elected, right? So therefore we said, let's bring somebody in who will get rid of corruption or who will prosecute people. We said if we put Boca there, Boca will not prosecute Ellen. That was the one reason why we thought putting George Weah, he would do it. But what happened? He said from day one, he was going to protect Ellen. He didn't stop there. I wrote an article. Go to page 14 of the pro-poll agenda. Page 14, you will see that they said all the agreement you just spoke about. They said they met internationally standards, which was not the case. Mind you, when Mo Stevenson audited the agreement and said 64 of the 63 were fraudulent, Ellen never questioned it. From 2014, Ellen didn't make any comment on it. She didn't say a word, but rather, when George Weah came, he said there was no corruption. Go to the book and read it. The whole idea of changing and not voting for Boca was because we believe George Weah was going to prosecute Ellen. Has he done it? What's stopping him from doing it? Even let's assume the progressive connive with Ellen. Prosecute us. If you don't prosecute us, you are encouraging corruption. Prosecute us. Yeah. So I know, but I'm just saying, let it be.
Please, we got one of it. If that man raise any issue, just leave the table. We don't because we don't want to. Everybody do that will find. I may raise any issue when you not recognize will find. You make his point and the chairman responds to the question.
We are saying from here forward. Let's prosecute people who steal. Let's prosecute people who connive with those who steal. Can George Weah begin to do that now? If he begins to do that election, he will win it. If today he just institute a commission to begin to prosecute people, he will win the election come 2023 without no effort. He will win it because that's what the Liberian people want. Please tell him if he's ready, we can help him. I've been serving as auditor for all these years. It's easy. We look at one person house. We look at our house. We say, let's see this house. This house was built, it cost $300,000. We go to Pablo Works, we get the permit to build a house. We go to Lands and Mines, we got a land deed. We go to Finance Ministry and get the tax document. We know the real owner. We ask that real owner to tell us how you build your house. If George Weah start that now, we'll help him. Then we'll begin to fight corruption. If Emma Sawyer helps him to steal, we'll disclose Emma Sawyer. If Burma Family helps him to steal, we'll disclose Burma Family. People that never work like he said correctly. People that did not work for Ellen. And people that wrote a lot of articles on Ellen. In fact, the last time when we were at West Point, the same issue came. Somebody said, man, the late John Conway, his son, sent me articles to show that people that wrote a lot of articles. But there were a lot of people who were saying, we don't want demonstration because the war has just ended and they were trying to put things in order and nobody should demonstrate. When that incident took place, 2011, Drew Mason was with CDC. If those who can remember. I knew that because I communicated with Drew Mason. Drew Mason and Ellen fell out after 2005. Those of you who know it, you can test it. Drew Mason, and that's why Drew Mason ran in 2011. So don't say all the progressives were quiet. And I just told you, a lot of times progressives will talk if there are not people talking. But if there are people already talking, if you heard my react, that's why react used to come out because people are not talking. But today, how many newspapers you got? I can't even count them. How many radio stations you got? You can go anywhere and say anything you want. We, like you guys said, want the party of democracy. We help to bring it about because of a one man, one vote. Before, if you didn't have a property, you were not allowed to vote. That was the reason why Amos Sawyer ran. He didn't want to be mayor per se. It was the issue of educating people. That's the reason why Dr. Amos ran to be mayor of Monrovia. Well, not the issue of just running to be a mayor. That's why when PRC talked about it, asked him, he said no, he didn't want it. He went back to teach. So, sir, I understand your concern. There's a better feeling that nothing is happening. We are aware of that. But let's join together. Let's begin to insist that the right thing should be done. Let us now insist that everybody should be investigated. Why can't we begin to prosecute? Look, Ellen allowed his son to use $10 million. Ellen allowed his son to destroy NOCAL. Why can't we investigate that? Ellen said she took the blame. Why can't we ask Ellen? In fact, I wrote an article to about Buckeye. I said, Unity Party, if Unity Party wants to show that it's serious about corruption, it should begin to investigate its own member within Unity Party, including investigating Ellen. I can't blame that Jesus Christ was hate. I'm not Jesus Christ. So small men like me who can't fly and somebody hit me, I'm a worry. I can't worry about that. So I'm saying it doesn't matter whether you hate me or not. Let's join together and let's begin to discuss how we fight corruption.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And all of percent comment.
But let me talk.
Let me get one more information. I beg you, sir. So why is that? So the remark is made, I want to get information. Are you telling you to record now?
Now you down on it.
No, I'm down like that. We came here to investigate information.
Come down. You was on too much. Start your mind. Before you say me 6. I want you to come down.
He made two statements.
Hello? Hello? We'll come out with the hello? Let me say this. We got to respect people. Why it's true that you want to make your point, but you also got to be relaxed. Too much, the emotion too much, and this time the signal too much. You already say it make you sick. So that you also take it to that way. Before you go ahead. So relax more, we'll come back to you. Let's take it.
Except the two statements he made against information. Thanks very much. He said that 1986 Constitution helped this country. The 1986 Constitution helped your came away. It destroyed Liberia. Certain part of the Constitution destroyed Liberia. Your wrote a Constitution that said that they should take the country from Christian state to secular state. Just took the country from poor and give it to Satan. That is one. That is one. The second one there is you said that the second one there is you said that why is it that George Mane we are now audited the Helen government? Yes, I tell George Mane we are thank you for not doing that.
Why?
Because they still own notorious auditor than our inhaling government. They gave them 10 new position. They were still in their position. Now the people you want for George Mane we had to come audit the notorious criminals. No, but they are criminals.
You don't want to add caution on the people are yet to do that. That's true. They are all average. They are accepting all of this thing. They are yet to eat the eye with us. Because 2 days, they can even win vote for here. Because when your doubt is clear for all some of the issues there. Because the notion of them progressing and get this country backward.
and they from the progressive background. So they are here to make everything also for the issue. So that's why you see that they are accepting most of the things. The party, the chairman, even ask for them to ask the question. So it means that you want to have a active discussion. So when you're down, so you can be in a position to clear your doubts of future. So you already ask a question, the chairman will come by immediately to clear that particular question. Because you see the constitution that say from Christian state to secular state, and our constitution bring that one, right? You know what you say? So my brother, just come back.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to the moderator for recognizing me. One most money is down here, you know, actually, if you observe 1997 election,
so let me get wait a minute. We have 4 minutes to 5 o'clock. So we will give that the next 4 minutes to conclude this here because the chairman and the room.
That's true.
So we will not.
That's true.
So let's give about 4 minutes. About 5 o'clock, let's come out.
That's true. Okay, you see 1997. If you observe 1997. You know that Charles Taylor was not to win the election, 1997 election. But you know what? Mr. Taylor won the election because of the weaknesses of the progressive. Wow. If only the progressive were not putting their own interest, if they were putting the interest of the country, if they all could come together and grow up, you could just put one person. Because I can remember you have Kubana Tipote at the time, Gabriel Baker, Matthew, Clayton Watterson, all these guys. When Clayton Watterson won the primary who to get on the ticket of the progressive at the time. What happened? All of them, even down to the early, all of them, they said no. They were not allowed to Watterson to be the head of that party, to be the standard bearer. So for this reason, all of them going their own way. So all of them begin to go their own way. Because if all of them could be together, Mr. Taylor couldn't win them. But because of that division between them. So the other person will carry his own people, the other person will carry his own people. And at that time, when they carried, all of them begin to go their own way, it gave Mr. Taylor an easy asset to win that election. So the cause of Taylor coming to power, it was through the progressive. Because the progressive were the people that called a serious problem for us. Because if the progressive was serious-minded people, if they were not putting their own interest first, because I listen, because I don't see anyone who will put their interest first without the interest of the society, they are not a leader.
Let me just answer that question. Yeah. In my mind, politically steady issue, it was better for Taylor to have won. And I give you a reason why. Look, what are you laughing? Do you know the situation in Angola? Do you know Sambimbi? Sambimbi is still in the bush for all our years. If you have one Taylor are going to go back to the bushes. And then what? Our poor people continue to suffer. No school, no health care. Bring Taylor here, please him, and get rid of him. And that's what they did. You know, let me tell you, our people were very smart. They saw that Taylor was recalcitrant. He accept nothing but the presidency. So why? Before, look, I was not here, but see the study. Jimmy Carter then was here. They said things were not good for election, right? Jimmy Carter then said that. But in less than 2 months, Jimmy Carter then changed their mind. They said they will have election. Taylor told the election commissioner that if you play with the election, even the angels in heaven will not save him. You heard that, right? Yeah. So the Liberians, not only the progressive, the Liberian people said, look, let's get him anything, yeah? So the progressive were not stupid. We were not anxious for power. 1984, when Samuel Kanyado banned LPP, we went along with LAP, the support LAP to win. We didn't insist. We didn't go in the bush to fight war. We helped LAP to win the election. So, for Taylor to win, it was a smart move by the progressive. Because Taylor was there, he didn't care to come in town. He was selling his diamond, he was selling his logs. The last time I sent something around, I don't know where you receive it. Human organs are being sold to hospitals. The Nigerians reported that in Parliament that a Chinese government arrested ships with human organs. And some of the warlords use human organs to get money to buy weapons. If you don't know that, sir. So that's why allowing Taylor to win the presidency so he can take all his armies from the butchers and bring them to town was the best thing. Other than that, if any professor had won an election, Taylor was still going to go into the bushes and be like Samvimbi and stay there for 25 years. That was not good for us because our people were suffering. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this point, we will now come to the end of this particular forum. And before we do that, I want to ask one or two questions.
Thank you. I'm Jimmy Irete, and first I listen to you. I'm member of the organization. I will be asking a question based upon what the chairman said. And I'll comment and I'll have two questions. One, I will say this because I'm speaking to a political party. One, Rawa Seli was not the head of Luka. You can have a president, you can have a vice president. So anything went wrong at Luka, I don't think LPP is going to be doing Rawa Seli. Now, LPP, according to the chairman, has condemned the result for Lofa County. Even though other opposition political parties that were in Lofa accepted the result. Senator Taylor and Senator Boycha Sebe, who are listening to the morning. I want LPP to please tell the forum if they send an observer into Lofa County and gave them the report that this election will not free, fair, and transparent. Because now the political party is speaking here. My next question. What is the recommendation by the Liberian party or poor folk to the government since 2018? The government came to be. If the recommendation is there, can you please tell us what's the recommendation? If no, can you also tell the forum why up to now the Liberian party, which is government in waiting, is not able to give a recommendation to the ruling establishment. Finally, my last comment. I was somewhat disappointed when I listened to the chairman quoting Henry Costa to be a reliance for the result of Lofa County. Quoting newspaper to be a reliance for Lofa County, which I understand that LPP as a political institution have a base in Lofa County. My layman understanding, I thought the chairman would come to here to be quoting the party position for Lofa County, but instead of quoting Henry Costa, who is way in the United States of America, in Delaware. So, yes.
Thank you. The chairman, your response to this?
Yeah, quickly. If we use our partisan findings, you say, where are you coming from? We use
LPP actually reject the result from Lofa County?
Yes.
Is that your position?
Yes. And we said discrepancy. We're saying to you, if you go on the website of the National Election Commission, discrepancies are there. So why do we have to listen to somebody from Lofa, whether it's our man or not? I was just leaving Henry Costa to say to you, it's not only LPP that has done so. I told you, Daily Observer did that. Front Page did that. All right? Focus on that, did that. Henry Costa did that. There was a guy who did some work on the internet. He went and opened a website of National Election Commission. If you go to June 29 front page story, you will see that they took pictures of the bulletin of the National Election Commission, telling you that their reports were authentic. They were not basing it on somebody telling them they got a note. They were telling you it's because of the posting on the bulletin. That's what they were picking a story from. So you can reject what we say, that's fine. So we did not ask our men because you will question us that that's not reliable. We use third party to at least say it's authentic. You can say they're not authentic, that's fine. Now, what was the next question quickly on the Joker? Well, I don't know where you got information. Robert Steady, in fact, was chief executive and chairman of the board. And I wrote an article on that because I was saying that Ellen was violating the relationship between a subordinate and a superior. Anytime there's an undue influence on the subordinate, that subordinate is not independent. And I was saying Ellen was wrong to appoint somebody that she had influence over to be chairman of the board and be chief executive. Besides that, not me, Ellen herself said that Robert said was responsible for 10 million, but she will be responsible. So how can you say that, Local was not an issue? 2 international newspapers questioned Ellen on the TV, and she ran away from the news guy. And I think somebody saw it, right? So I'm saying, no, don't say I'm not telling the truth. I got no reason to lie on Robert Salim, no reason. But he was the chairman and chief executive. 2 important positions he alone occupied at that time. Later on, before they separated the 2. What else? Oh, in fact, we have done that. And let me tell you, when we came, we said, let's forget about name calling. Let's forget about XY. Let's begin to see. In fact, I keep on one article. I gave you an example. I was saying, just a minute. I was saying when we buy cars before we get rid of the car because we say 5 years they expire. Don't do that. I said UNDP use 7 years as the lifespan of a car. Only in 2013 it was saying properties of the government should have no depreciation. But we were selling cars after every 3 years. We're getting rid of cars because we say the car too old. How can we be a poor country and be buying cars every 3 years? That's not a good thing. I also said, in fact, in the finance area, I made a lot of recommendations. I said, for example, we have increased the GDP from 1 billion to 3 billion. How can we jump from 1 billion to 3 billion? They say, oh, the World Bank advised us. I said, you must recognize the World Bank to be a man who owns a pawn shop. When you carry something to the pawn shop, the man who owns the pawn shop doesn't want for you to redeem it because he knows he will sell it for a higher value. The World Bank is there to lend you money. They don't care what you do as long as they can allow you or encourage you to borrow more money. That's what they're going to do. That's why they don't want for you to sell your gold. We recommend them that the government should start selling gold before they thought that we should not have, or we should in fact increase our reserve of gold coins. Because if you did that, you don't have to borrow money. And some people say, oh, gold is not transferable. It is transferable. You can sell it on the market. Why we can increase our reserve of gold instead of borrowing money? I said that. And in fact, I talked to one of the senior brothers, and he told me he had delivered my message. In fact, he came from Sierra Leone. He was joking me. He said, I delivered the message to also to the president of Sierra Leone. But I also said, we are borrowing. In 2017, they asked me to be a panelist at the Government Commission. Interestingly, the governor and the bank, they go there, Milton Week did not go. Interestingly, CDC did not go. At that time, I concluded that the government will own commercial bank 14 million. Central bank officer came and said that was not true. But I challenged him. I said, if you just look at the balance sheet, anytime your liabilities that's between 1 month and 12 months, higher than an asset, then you owe somebody. But anytime you have it, you owe somebody. And that's what I said, the government was obligated. At the time, we didn't know. By the way, I also told them, Ellen lied when she said money was left in the banks when George Weah took over. That was not true. Ellen lied. And I said that Ellen lied. When Ellen left the government of Liberia, the government was broke. But again, surprisingly, George Weah has somersaulted. He is now adopting the Ellen system of recording balances. That's not good. And I said that. So a lot of recommendations we have put forward, my friend. I know a lot of people in our government. They are my friends. But they don't want to implement them because the people don't care. The World Bank wants to make sure you borrow more money. I just talked to my friend today. the deputy minister has said that that the domestic debt has grown to 700 million. Mind you, pretty soon there will be donor fatigue. Pretty soon there will be, meaning donors will be afraid to give them money anymore. I'm telling those who want to succeed George Weah want to succeed his government or to be re-elected. He should make sure that we reduce the debt. If we don't do that, pretty soon nobody will lend us money and we'll go nowhere. Beyond that, I'm saying we can begin to reduce our debt if we use gold as part of our reserve. So telling us, our gold, the last time we were wasting, who was the president for University of Tubman College in Maryland? Earlier we were wasting, my good friend. I was on the teleconference and he said, how you doing, brother? I said, thank you for calling because I want you to deliver my message to our president. Be very close to him. Tell him we should increase our reserve of gold. We got all the gold around. Why we don't think gold? Ghana got gold in their reserve. The United States got gold in their reserve. Why we can't use gold as our reserve and reduce borrowing the money? That's the recommendation, sir. So you can carry the one of the guys and say, can we do that and reduce the debt? Thank you.
Thank you very much. We come to the end of this program. On the chairman of the room.
Yeah.
We got to recognize two eminent persons in our midst. The newly appointed coordinator of this is the LPP. Because you are chairperson now by the chairman here. So recognize Mr. Coordinator.
Former chairman of this community, also coordinator for LPP. LPP at Tingo. Again, that information I want to provide here. When we tell you put LPP stand for the truth, these are some of it. Honorable Jala, I want to refer the chairman of LPP. And he won over there. When we see our chairman is saying that the election is not credible, that should show to us that we are respectful of God and we stand for the truth. So this is the information I just want to provide here. This man you're talking about, Jala, we're supposed to be rejoicing. But he's one of us. He was the chairman for the party almost for the past
from 2005 to 2022.
So our party stand for the truth. We can be our party member if we're not directing to condemn him by high school.
Thank you very much. The chairman for the community.
My name is C.U. Jokpe. I hail from Riverside County, Yabata. In Yabata, my father was born in Kru. So I'm a bastard man. I always want to be referred to as a bastard man. Better late than never, I left the conversation off. That's the reason why I didn't partake in asking questions. So you're not going to listen quite any time. But I want to say a big thank you to the team for what you say. And I also want to say again to encourage you to continue this crusade. The Liberian people's minds cannot be electing you sit in your office and you close your curtain. When you're electing the minds, you must come out of the office, open the curtain and have them informed. So we talk about 1986 constitution on the point of vision of the progressive. A lot of times people will move with the belief the progressive brought our country in good month. So with that, we want to encourage you to go beyond the 11th breath of Liberia. We have 15 more months to election, so we got a lot of time to work. While the shoe that rain will also be a factor, but let it not be that factor that will hinder us your work. So we want to say you are welcome in the Kru community. If you feel whatever you want to do, your security is tight. So I want to say once more, you are welcome to this forum. Let this not be your last. Let this not be your first. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. At this point, we will now call the chairman for a party comment. Before you do that, I just want to ask this question. You are making a party comment. You can ask a few questions for me. My first question is, LPP, you are making clear that LPP reject the result for local country. My question there, LPP, while face LPP high in local country election where you don't have a candidate in that particular election, what face you have in that election? My second question to you is, I've been seeing Councillor Gonglo with broom going to the Justice Ministry. In fact, he had killed a broom as far as Morocco or off. Why are you trying to portray to the Liberian people or the war alarm? Thank you very much.
But let me start with the broom. The broom is the true corruption. And corruption includes when votes are not tallied properly. That's what happened in Lufa. We just told you the number of people who voted different from the total of the valid and invalid votes. You get, I mean, I saw it, I said, you know, it's embarrassing for me. You know, when I have worked with people from Nigeria, Ghana, and you know, when we used to be working together, we used to have fun. We joke the Nigerian, we joke the Ghanaian. So in my mind, I'm sitting there, I said, those guys are joking me, that we can't add. How can the invalid votes and the valid votes, when you total them, they're different from the number of people who voted? For God's sake, why? I mean, that's fourth grade math. That's just 5 digits that we could not use. That's a disgrace. It's a shame. Again, we said we don't have to be the aggrieved party. Whether we're there or not, we are signing a warning to you. That's what happened in 1986. That's what happened with the election that led us to the Civil War for 14 years. We do not want to repeat. Well, we're tired with interim government. We don't want no interim government. We don't want no military takeover. We don't want no overnight revolution. Now they say they want, no, we don't want that. Let's go to 2023. Let the person win who can win. That's what we want. And that's why we don't want anything that can be used as an alibi for civil war. Hey. Let me say to you, what we prefer, let's engage each other. Let us find out where we stand. Let us decide how we move. If Joshua Walker was a vice president to Jawon Gonglo, he should have the right to say no when Gonglo is doing the wrong thing. He should not say because Gonglo is the president, he cannot ask or he cannot point out corruption. Like somebody saying, I stay in the garage for 25 years, or now Joel Howard is saying nothing. That's not the way the vice president should be. The vice president should be able to ask questions. When the vice president sees it wrong, the vice president should point it out. So if Walker wants to be vice president, I don't think we accept him because he can ask questions. We want somebody who will ask questions. So he cannot even be our vice president. He's too quiet, he's too slow, he's too, we're tired with that.
Thank you. You can do a party comment, sir. You can do a party comment. I think
But the chairman for the student says that because that's the area we keep to ask people to engage people. Let me leave that with him.
Thank you, and thank to the committee leadership, and thank to our chair and focus person for the party, and thank for the interaction. We believe by interacting with our people and our citizens will help us to understand the issue. And one of the best weapons for us to do is to elect the mind of all the people. So, on this note, on behalf of the Liberian Party, we believe in a change, transformation, fight for political transformation. It is the economic transformation that we need now. We cannot do it on our own. We need your support, we need your idea, but we all can work together. Thank you. Don't move on and save the state.
Thank you very much. At this point, thank you very much.